the sailboat coming through the swing bridge is a couple that we met last night at the restaurant. We told them we were cruising. They've been hanging out here, so I guess maybe they decided it's safe to get going. So here they go through this cruise bridge. This pedestrian that we were talking to said that this is one of 3 swing bridges left in the state. Quite a concept. Obviously doesn't work for larger lane bridges, just a 2-lane bridge. And looks like they were thoughtful enough to add a bicycle pedestrian lane with guardrails on the bridge, which makes it much more comfortable riding a bike across this bridge. The wind is in our faces going over, so we look at that as a real good thing, because when we come back laden with groceries on our back, we'll get a push from the wind. Bye. So still in Beaufort, we're on our bikes, and this is home, just in the Beaufort area. Tree, who knows how old this tree is. Just gorgeous. Okay, here we are, first time trying the selfie stick while we do an activity. We're on our bikes and we're going down this trail. Don't land me. It's a trail in Beaufort still called Spanish Moss Trail. It's a, I don't know, about 10-mile trail that used to be railroad tracks, and they converted it into a lovely paved road, as you can see behind me. And I think we're going to end up at the bay, although we decide if we want to go that far. It's called Spanish Moss Trail, babe. There's no moss hanging over it here. Maybe. There's a view of the bay. Ah!
Hi, I'm taking this over. I've hijacked it. So we are on the Spanish Moss Trail. This is the side view. There is a bay out there, some lovely homes. Hi, Miss Susan.
Hey!
It's funny that they call this the Spanish Moss Trail, but it's basically open with very little trees over top of it with Spanish moss. Off to the side, like you can see over there, there's certain ones have plenty of it, but it's not on the trail itself.
That's okay. Still a great trail.
It is.
Very level.
Nice and level, smooth to ride. Gorgeous homes through here. See ya.
So here we are on Bay Street. Richard has gone ahead down there. But there is OHD over there in the mooring field on the river. You can see the lowlands. So we're going to be on that mooring ball for a few days while we wait for the busyness of the holiday weekend to subside and move on up to Charleston. This is Beaufort National Cemetery. So if you served in the armed services of the United States, you can be buried in a national cemetery. This one looks to be full. It's just row upon row. Dinghy ride today over to this place called what is it? The filling station. It's supposed to be a real dive, but have fantastic food. So we'll let you know how it is. Well, y'all, dive doesn't really begin to describe this place. It is quite an experience. You can only go in the back way. Yep, this is it. Really not much to see on the front side. But had good fish, real good shrimp. Goes out and leaves a nice sandy beach, and it's the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, and looks like probably any other Memorial Day Saturday. Lots of people out enjoying the beach. They just basically, the boats are there until the tide comes back in. Picks it back up. He's there for a while. So here we are at Charleston waterfront. This is Battery Park. We're on our bikes. Way out there's Fort Sumter. And a little bit down that way is the boat. Here we are in Point Pleasant, South Carolina, across the road from Charleston. This is Geechee Seafood, fresh local shrimp. And our friend Wayne there is buying shrimp to take home to Joyce, his wife. Shrimp boats are in today because Bertha is an offshore storm. something. Got a frog in your throat?
Literally.
I'm waiting for him to do something here with that frog in his throat. These guys are all anxiously awaiting to see what happens.
We're gonna say, hey, George is gonna croak any moment.
So this is a foreign ship. Don't know the name or where it's from, but Wayne told us that it was seized and auctioned at a fraction of its value. And there is the Charleston Bridge behind it, and Port of Charleston behind that. That's Mount Pleasant, where Wayne lives. He took us to his beautiful home. Two boats exactly alike come right out of the channel that we're going into. And this is where we were the other day with Wayne. Boardwalk. The original bridge that connected these two islands. See, it's no longer a bridge. I think it's Mount Pleasant on my left and James Island over here on my right. Georgetown. Very quaint looking little town already. Got some lovely boats here. Some interesting old buildings back there. Pretty quiet so far for a Saturday afternoon. We're in Georgetown. We're going to visit the Rice Museum this afternoon. They've got a huge paper mill here. Going to be looking for an anchorage and then using the dinghy to get over to shore. Beautiful gardens here at the Kaminsky House. Very prominent family in the history of Georgetown. There we have our lovely Oh Happy Days and industrial sites behind. This used to be huge lumber mills here that lumber was shipped all over the world from here. They discovered that the longleaf pine made great ships. So the pine was harvested here and taken by ship to Maine, where they built them into more ships. Got back to the boat just in time. Having a little thunderstorm, and I don't know if you can pick up that rainbow that's just right off the stern of the boat here.